And you know what? Another thing for the ladies, which I personally find ridiculous, is makeup. Where are you going? Where are you going with the makeup? You don't need no makeup. This is placement. You're gonna be knackered. I don't understand people who have got time to do. Fair enough, you want to glow up, put some mascara, slap it on. But this thing of the whole contour and foundation, like, where are you going to? Where I don't understand it. So my advice is to the ladies, is personally don't put makeup on. Just leave the makeup for another day. Really, leave it for another day, because there's no need for you to be having on makeup on your placements. Putting on that makeup takes X amount of hours, which you could still be in bed sleeping. So I don't advise. Just slap on some Vaseline and get going. Do you know what I mean? That's my advice. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So it's been a while, a long time. I think it's about a good 3 months that I haven't been doing any videos or filming. I've just been so busy, and to be honest with you guys, I didn't have any motivation to be filming. So today I'm coming with a different video to you guys, and this video basically is about my nursing experience. Yes, I am a student nurse, and that's why I've been so busy and I couldn't film. So I'm just going to give you guys some placement essentials, what you need, and as well as some placement tips in order to get your signatures, all your books signed off. So first things first, one good tip when you're doing your placements is to have comfortable shoes. I tell you guys, when you are not wearing any comfortable shoes and you're on them shaking feet for 12 hours, you're gonna feel it. You are definitely gonna feel it. So my advice to you guys is to invest in a good pair of shoes. It doesn't have to be expensive ones. I've seen people wearing Skechers and that, but obviously it's got to be black and all of that. But they need to be comfortable shoes. I don't know, even if you try and put a sole in it, then if that's what makes it to be comfortable, then you need to do that. So I have invested in these shoes. These are from Clarks. As you guys can see, I've worn them a couple of times. These shoes are, I think they cost me £65, but I tell you what, they are definitely worth it when you are on placements, because these shoes will make you feel like you're walking on air. But like I said, you can basically get any sort of shoes out there that is available from Skechers. Like I said, I've seen people wearing Skechers, and Skechers are not that expensive, to be honest. I personally don't own a pair of Skechers, but I definitely want to invest in a pair of Skechers because I know that these shoes are not going to last me forever. And another thing is to have a notebook. You're gonna need a notebook, and the reason you're gonna need a notebook is to take all your notes. Now my advice to you guys is, immaterial of what placement you've been placed, whether you like it or you don't like it, pretend like you are interested. So if you are carrying around a notebook and you're carrying around a black pen, and you like there taking notes, bam 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 bam, you know, looking all interested and all hyped up and motivated and enthusiastic, that's an A, you know. And the thing is, as much as you're not working with your mentor, you will not be placed with your mentor on a daily basis, because your mentor shift might be different to your shift. You're going to be working with other people, other nurses, other doctors, other HCAs, or yeah, you're going to need to look busy and interested, because they will definitely give feedback about you to your mentor, which may affect your books being signed off. So definitely always make sure you have a notebook. Now what I did is I got myself this small book, as you guys can see, and I just did this myself, but you can go and get it, and stickers, and I put the alphabets on the side, as you guys can see. And what I do is I write down all the medication or all the drugs that I've come across in alphabetical order, and I write what in short what is it for. So whether it's an antibiotic or just normal medication, I'll write that down. That includes all the creams as well, because you know what, as much as this sounds like time consuming, time wasting, when you one day are a registered nurse and you come across a medication and you're going to be like, oh, I've heard of that before, you know, so it's going to be easier for you to remember. And another thing that I would advise you to do is invest in one of them BNF books. These BNF books are very, like, how can I say this, they're very good because you can do your cross-referencing in regards to medication, so they come in handy. So if you do want to make use of the BNF book, then you can go ahead and get it. There's not much difference between the older versions, because I do know that every year a new version is released, the 2012 one, but I can still make use of it till today, which obviously is no problem. And like I said, this book comes in handy because any medication that you do not understand, you can make cross-reference in this book, and then afterwards it will tell you the symptoms, side effects, it will tell you various things, and it's like almost like a dictionary. It's like a medication dictionary, which comes in handy as well. So I would advise you guys to get this as well. Another thing that I'm going to say to you guys is to get one of these watches. These watches are not expensive. You can get them off Amazon, eBay, Argos. I got this one off Argos. It was £5 for this watch. This watch, you're going to put it on top of your uniform, obviously, because obviously the rule, anything below the elbow rule. So that's essential to have this watch, obviously, where, especially when you're doing your observations, you're going to keep accurate time, which is important. Is another discussion that I'm going to have with you guys is to invest in a few of the obs thingies. So I've got one of these pressure thingies that I bought off eBay. It doesn't have to be expensive, it can be very cheap, because personally what I feel like is practice makes perfect, and sometimes you don't get enough practice on your placements, or you know, it differs from the individual to individual. So sometimes you feel like you need some more practice, but because of time management, you don't get enough as you want to. And obs are a very vital basic foundation for taking observation. Is a very vital thing for nurses. So if you manage to get that skill of taking observations, whether it's temperature, pulse, manual blood pressures, then you are sorted, meaning you've got the basic foundations of being a nurse. So I have the stethoscope, I just don't know where I placed it, and also urine strips. Now I tell you what, you guys are probably thinking, Belinda, why did you get urine strips? And I got these urine strips off eBay, and I'll tell you what, because every patient that you come across, there's always, shall we test the urine, shall we test the urine, shall we test the urine? So you are constantly testing urine, but then it's like, okay, what am I testing for? How do I know this person's got a urine infection? How do I know that this person's got this person's got that? So I personally decided to buy my own urine, and I'm taking my own urine, in a pink pot, taking my own urine. So I decided to study these. So you've got all your names obviously on the side: leukocytes, nitrate, proteins, pH, specific gravity, keto, and glucose. And then you've got the various colors, if it's positive or negative. So basically you can know, if you know you've got a, so say now you've got a urine infection, you'll be looking at leukocytes, nitrate, and keto for that, and bloods as well, so that you can test positive for a urine infection. And like I said, most of the people that you come across, they always say, shall we take a urine specimen, shall we take a urine specimen, constantly urine specimens. So having to know how to operate with these dipsticks, or urinalysis region strips as they would call it, this is also another a nice thing to do, you know. And another thing I also took is glucose sugar thingy, how to operate them, how to operate your, if you for example got diabetes, and you don't necessarily have to have diabetes or that to test your sugar or glucose levels, but it's just something interesting to do, to check it and find out like where you're standing. And you know, like I said, practice makes perfect, and that way you know what is the correct range for your sugars to be in. So like I said, yeah, so instead of just always waiting to go on placement, invest on these things. Like basically, like I said, you can get them off eBay. It doesn't have to be something expensive. You just get them, and then afterwards you can work around with them. All right, and then you're gonna want to get yourself a couple of pens, black pens, to go with you, because you're going to be doing a lot of writing, especially when you're taking the obs. And another thing that I want to be discussing with you guys is getting registered with a union. So normally the university will advise you to get registered with a union. As a nursing student, there's a union that represents you as a nursing student, and that's essential, because sometimes, you know, when you're on placement, anything can happen, and you will need somebody 100% to represent you. So the only way that can be done is by registering with a union. I'm registered with Unison. They're Leicester based, and basically I'm paying like, what is it, £10 per year, but don't quote me on that, but I think it's £10 per year that you are paying for them to represent you, which is of course vital importance. So I've covered that for you guys, and then another thing that I am going to be covering for you guys are the books. So you know, when you first get these books, when you get these books and they're also shaken big folders and that, you're gonna need to keep these books safe. So I bought a folder for my books, and these books, obviously it varies from university to university, I don't know, but I know in DEMONTFORT University they gave us these books, and these books I'm keeping them as neat as possible, because some of them have to last you the whole 3 years and some of them last you for first year. But you know, like I said, you need to take care of these books. Make sure you get these books filled out. And these books can be very confusing. I tell you what, from my experience, I found them very confusing and I found them very frustrating, because I have heard of stories of where people are basically they missed one signature. So to spare yourself that time and hassle of going back and forth, take time to discuss with other students, you know, have a sit down, because I felt like, from my personal experience, I was so confused with these books. But on the final day of the placement, we came together and we all sat at the desk and we just spent about 1 hour, which was not a lot. I mean, like, I finished 4:30, my placement finished 4:30, so we took that whole time from 4:30 to 5:30 to sit down and have a look at the books and compare them, so we know that we've got the right accurate signatures and we've got everything signed off, which is important. And we also calculated the hours. Now I'm going to tell you guys, when on placement you are given certain amount of hours, obviously, that you have to complete. And if you're going to call in sick, I personally called in sick, but I had to cover it up, you know, make them up, because the last thing that I want is to come end of the year, then I get the email that's going to say, oh Belinda, you are down 20 hours. I mean, so it's very important to get them signatures and all of that. And then lastly, I would say to you, do not forget your ID. These IDs are so important, because you access the building with these. You can access patients' files with these, as well as these badges identify you as a person, as a nursing student, as a member of the NHS staff. So once again, smart card, the ID form, very important. Final thoughts is that, my final thoughts to you guys is just that, you know, you're undergoing you're undergoing a nursing course, you're undergoing training, and immaterial of whether placement they put you in, whether you like it or you don't, just make the most of it, because basically it is a learning curve. You are going to be learning, whether you're going to admit it or not. Go into placement with a positive attitude, because at the end of the day, you need your signatures, you need to be signed off, you need to pass that placement in order to continue with your course. So the last thing you would want to do is get yourself all worked up, and then obviously it's going to reflect on your work, and it's going to reflect on your attitude, and mentors and people around you are going to be seeing that, and it's going to reflect negatively on you. So my advice to you is, like, make the most of it. And yeah, because at the end of the day, the way you should just adjust your mindset is to say, you know what, I'm just here temporarily, it's not like I'm going to be working here, and then just keep it moving and learn, smile. And I tell you, time goes so quick like that, before you know it, you're out of there, you know what I mean? So anyway guys, this is the end of my video. If you guys got any comments, suggestions, please don't forget to leave it down below. I'll definitely be doing another video on nursing, in regards to time management, blah blah. I think actually I should have included in this video, but I just thought to you guys I should just share with you, just show my face somewhere and tell you guys that I'm still here, I'm still about. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.